And then I guess for postpartum as well, and breastfeeding, all of it, because of decreased estrogen levels when you're breastfeeding, and because of hormonal changes postpartum, women are more likely to get things like hemorrhoids and constipation and bowel issues and all the rest of it. And I also remember like loads of my friends after Kayla saying like, "Oh my God, how was the first time you went to the toilet?" And I was like, I didn't know what they were talking about. But they're like, "Were you not really constipated?" And it's like, "No, I was totally fine." But remember a midwife appointment when I was pregnant with Kayla, and I had a big green smoothie with me, but I had like oats and flaxseed and I don't know, loads of leafy green stuff in it and cucumbers and avocados, whatever. And she was like, "If you keep drinking that, she's like, you're going to have no problems for the rest of your pregnancy, and postpartum, you'll be totally fine." So I just drank it every day. I just kept having my smoothie. And I've never had a problem with constipation, thankfully, during breastfeeding or postpartum.
Yeah.
But loads of women get it because we end up having like white toast, cereal, bagels, grab a sandwich, more processed foods, more sugar, more dairy products, more processed meats, and less whole food and less fruit and less veg because you're just reaching for like sugar and fat and oil and whatever. So
like, that can totally affect, you know, like you need to be careful then obviously if you have like stitches like below or
so that's a whole other issue is like wound healing that's not going to heal if you're straining all the time. So it's one of those things that no one talked to me about when I was pregnant, ever. No one talked to me about it until I was after the first baby. And even then, some of my friends didn't talk about it.
Would prune juice be good? Or like, I suppose, again, like if you're breastfeeding, does that pass on to the baby? Or is that like it's a bit too strong?
No,
good?
Like fine, like absolutely fine to take, I'd imagine, because I never used it because instead of having something like that, I always tried to make sure I had more fiber in my day. So it's kind of like, the way I see it is kind of like if you're taking a supplement instead of focusing on your diet, you tend to just go, it's grand, I can just eat whatever I want because I have the supplement. A bit like I'll have the prune juice but not focus on all the other things that you could be doing that might change your energy, your mood, your iron levels, all the rest. But the prune juice, I'm sure, is really handy. I don't know. I don't think it would pass into the baby. Like, I don't see how it would affect. I guess it's like a trial and error thing. Some babies might react. You might have more runny nappies, but it could just be coincidental as well. You know, that kind of one of those kind of things.
And you know, that's another thing. Actually, we started giving Kayla a bit of banana with her avocado, like, you know, when she started having it, and she's like, her nappies are just like not happening compared to Annabelle, like little balls. And then it's like, I totally forgot that like someone had told me before about banana and constipation with babies and stuff like that. I know that's completely off topic there, but just talking about it. So like once we cut that out, like literally we're only giving her maybe like a quarter, if even a quarter into, or like just a taste of it to sweeten it up, so she'd kind of have it. And we put that out, then she was back to her normal, like proper nappy. So it's amazing.
Poor little thing.
I know.
Such small little changes that you don't even think about that could be affecting them. But same so for the mother after the birth, she's got like just like having. I always get like totally freaked out in the hospital. I'm like, why are they trying to give me like white toast and a fry basically, and then a brownie afterwards and something else awful? I'm like, they're just trying to constipate me and give me a problem. So I always had my husband bring in food to me, and I always brought in bananas, almond butter, crackers, and I'd get him to bring me in grapes, hummus, a smoothie, a vegetable juice, like a big liter vegetable juice thing from like Marks and Spencer's or something. And have those, and I've only ever requested in the hospital is wholemeal bread, oats, soup, and maybe like a rice dish or something that said they had one of the nights. But otherwise I refuse all other food because I think it just constipates you and makes the problem worse. Like full on like ridiculous food. Like who needs it? You don't need a brownie after you've just given birth. Like I mean, your bowel needs to move gently and frequently, and not like you don't need to get constipated on white toast and brownies.
You get a lot to eat, like, you know, you're eating the whole time, you eat your dinner early and all that. And it's like, I'm
and you're just sitting there
on to help you refuel and But, you know, in other ways it's kind of, if it's the wrong type of food, then it's it's a
just the
different.
wrong type of food. Yeah. So, but whenever I've asked for alternatives or for my porridge to be just made with water, they're kind of question me first, but they go, "Oh, you're kind of right, though. I mean, you are just kind of sitting there. So it's good to just have like a light, easy to digest meal. Get someone to bring you in fresh fruit, vegetable cracker, vegetable sticks, whatever, hummus, just brown bread. Keep it really simple and plain, but like energy rich foods,
Yeah.
nut butters, bananas, that kind of stuff. Because you don't want to start the first week of postpartum constipated with hemorrhoids, low energy, a bloated stomach, and feeling awful. Like that's not what you want.
No.